I am in my Thank you so much, and welcome to day 9. And Mike, if you can just kind of stop me whenever necessary, jump in if there's anything in the chat that I need to refer to, because I'm in my notes in a different screen. If you could help me out, I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Director Denise is celebrating her brother's birthday today, so she may or may not be on, but we are ready to rock and roll. Y'all, what are we still talking about? Somebody unmute. What is our first pillar and for the 4 P's? What are we working on now? Somebody unmute.
Purpose.
Yep. We still talking about that purpose and that why, because we know all too well that it is super, super foundational. So special shout out to Director Denise and Mike for holding it down yesterday and really highlighting again how important that purpose and that why is. And on Thursday, we are going to be officially out of purpose, and then we're going to be going into positioning with Mike. So tomorrow will be our last day on purpose. And what is our goal is to make sure that your posture, your confidence, you're so rooted and grounded in knowing why you are on your own entrepreneurial path that nobody can distract you or shake you off of your square. That's my hope for everybody, because that's a level of confidence that's not emotional. It's just part of who you are and what you do. And when you have that, other people's opinions or other people's inconsistencies or your bad days is still going to allow you to be disciplined and to focus on your business. So purpose is not just for motivation, y'all. It's what keep us grounded and keep us consistent. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some information in my back office today. I'm going to be sharing my screen. I'm definitely going to need Mike's help with some tech stuff, but I want to highlight the point of how when your business evolves, there's something that Mike shared with me, oh, probably maybe at least 4 or 5 years ago, that I really got it at a high level. Many of us are building our business, not all of us, because some of us are still really working on that belly to belly kind of way of building our business, and there's nothing wrong with that. But so many of us are building online. And Mike, explain how when you shared with me some years ago about how when we're building online, we're not bringing our people into like our own ecosystem, and how important it is that we are managing our contacts and our people and not relying on social media to do that exclusively. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, I can do that. So I have an analogy that I'll give people, and I want you to think about, even if you've never done it, we all know the concept of fishing. So fishing, you stand on the shore, or maybe you're on a boat, you're out in the water, you have a fishing pole in most cases, and you cast your line out with some bait, and then you reel it in when you catch something. So if you think about the way that you position yourself online and you think about building your business and your customers and your database, it works in the same way. But we got it twisted because we got caught up in all the vanity of what the platforms developed to tell us was a reward. We were told that a reward were the number of people following you, and we were told that the reward was a number of people liking, and we were told that the reward was people, engaging in your posts. And we said, okay. So a lot of business owners were very busy generating those rewards and not building revenue. And they say, well, I'm doing all these things, but I'm not earning income. I'm not raising any funds. I'm not building my list of customer, my database not growing, but I'm doing all these things. I don't understand what's going on. And what you have to understand is that the way that that system was set up to work was to reward the platforms that are using it. They use your attention on those platforms to sell to their advertisers. You became a member of their database. It wasn't for you necessarily to build up your business unless you had the right systems in place. So a lot of us have our bios or link in our bio, that sort of thing, where you can have people subscribe or opt in to whatever it is that you offer. And there's a place for that. But many people that I talk to and consult don't utilize that in a way that's going to help them. They're not bringing people off of those platforms into their own database and their own system. So when you get locked out of your account or you get put in Facebook jail, as people say, you can't talk to your people. Facebook can. But had you collected their email address and you had the right systems in place to really make them a customer of your business, you could continue to promote and grow your business without social media, without getting on that hamster wheel to get rewarded with likes instead of revenue. So that's really it becomes more obvious now because now the people who have the big numbers of followers and all that stuff are finally speaking out. It's been this way for a couple of years, but now they're finally speaking out because they like, oh, they're suppressing my content and they're doing this, they're doing that. Like it was never about you. They just used you to make their platform popular, so that they can then get rid of organic traffic and make everybody pay to be seen. So right now, that's how these companies are building their revenue. If you want something to be seen, you need to be paying for ads. And that's really the only way. Organic is pretty much dead in that way. And a lot of big accounts with a lot of followers are starting to admit to that. They're starting to tell people, oh, they used to be this way and now it's not. But it's been this way for a couple of years. I just looked crazy telling people because that's not what they saw. But I'm willing to do that.
Thank you so much, Mike, for sharing that. And some of us, we're different seasons, but my whole point and why I wanted Mike to share that, because I've been in this particular business for 9 years. So I had to go beyond building a paper list. I had to have some other place where I was collecting data, and I had a competitive edge because Mike had years and decades in this social media game where he was able to educate me. But because it didn't click, like some of you are going to hear some of the things on 40/40 and you're going to execute it, you're going to act immediately. Some of you come to 40/40 or the 4 Ps over and over again, and it may take a while for it to click, but that's okay. Just keep showing up. So I want to give you all a real quick illustration of what I mean. Now, apply the same thing to you at the level that you're in. This is not necessarily for people that's just getting started in their business. This is for, because this costs. Like I just got an alert on my account this morning. I got to go in and pay 90 some dollars for this system, because this is a system that Mike introduced me to, but there's many other systems that you can use. But the main point, and Michelle, if you're able to speak, just send me a text because I want you to give an example of what it means to be locked out of your account on these social media platforms. It happened to me 3 times. I had over 5,000 followers. I had to start all over again. And the third time is when I said, nope, I'm going to invest in my own system. So let me share with you guys, when we have our purpose and our list, what does that look like? I'm gonna give you an example. So every day I know who I'm going to be reaching out to, not based on emotions, not based on anything other than me looking at the behaviors of people. Everything and everybody else in my world is noise, but that's because I had to have a system. You can too have a system, even if it's on paper. I'm old school, so I still have a paper system. It's not as extensive as this, but every day I know who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a couple of comments to that. So the first thing was it was still the 10% rule because nine is about 10% of the 900 people who receive the email. So that still remains true. And the other thing is this kind of activity still happens when you post on social media, but those platforms don't show you unless you're paying for an ad. So don't think it's not being collected. It's being collected. It's just not being shared with you. You can see who liked, but there's more details when you actually run ad campaigns that they give you access to. And that's because they know that the data is the valuable part. That's the value.
Yes, 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 yes. Any questions, thoughts, feedback, any aha moments? Anybody that say, "Yep, I'm you. I have a similar system." Go ahead, Denise.
Good morning, everyone. So, Mike, I just wanted to ask, now you said with the ads, what about when you have a business page? Because I can't see my analytics.
You can see
And I can,
analytics, but you can't see people and get contact information.
Oh, I see. Okay, I
Mhm.
got you.
They're not
Okay,
giving you that for free, even though you built those people there.
exactly. Okay, got you. Yeah.
But on the email list, you could.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Yep. Any other questions or thoughts before we move on? I wanted to just make sure that you guys had an illustration of what that looks like and how what a difference it makes when you get to a certain level in your business because you become less emotional and you more strategic in who you're talking to, when and why. Okay, then I see Vashti.
Hi there. Thank you so much for everything. That was pretty powerful. I'm sorry, I'm driving, heading to a
That's okay.
funeral. But that is pretty amazing. Even if you have email addresses, I had a group of women, a little over 100, that I was using as a starter database. But I don't have the ability to not only see who even opened the email. So that's pretty powerful. How do you go above and beyond? I'm sure you develop a platform where you can see the touches, but I only go, mine is about 10% as well. So if I get 10 responses, that's kind of how I look at the 10%. But I don't even see, if you open the email and if it resonated. So um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I guess I would need a platform, right?
Mike, you want to
Yes.
speak to that?
Yeah, that's correct. So we'll talk about what some of those options are. But a lot of people will tell me is like, well, why would I pay for an email marketing system where I have Gmail and I can just send people an email? There's some limitations to what you can do because they don't want you, they will block your account if you try to mass send emails out to multiple people. I think there's a limit of 20 or 30 people that they let you send on one message. So the email marketing systems allow you to be able to get visibility as to what people are doing, who's opening, who's clicking, who should be removed because maybe they don't use that email address anymore. It gives you that access. And that software for those types of things are when you're in business, is a nominal fee. You have to keep everything I say is about when you're in business. So when you're operating a business, even the $97 a month is a very low cost compared to what you can do with the potential. But yeah, those are only available when you're using an email marketing system.
Yes, thank you so much, Mike, for clarifying that. Great question and comments, Vashti. All right, Marvise.
I have a question too. So, are you funneling the information from your social medias into the email
Always.
funnel?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You want to speak to I always. So anytime you see me posting on any social media, first of all, you're never gonna go to my Facebook and see you're gonna see a minimum of one post. But I'm not one of those people that's inconsistent. I know where my people come from. I can look at my Planet Marketing business. It don't matter if they join me right away, if they join me 3 or 4 years. My number one source. Other people can go to TikTok. They can go to Instagram, they go wherever they want to. I go where my bread is butter. How do I know that? Because I look and see where my people come from. These are mostly people that I met on my Facebook. So in my Facebook, I'm always going to be optimizing my pin posts so people can know how to get to my website, my email list. So if they serious enough about it, I got to have a place for them to come, right? And so it's going to be my calendar link. I didn't know anything about Calendly. Mike put me onto Calendly years ago. Like we have all these people that want to reach out and waste our time. No, when you get them on your Calendly, you're collecting their emails. That's somebody that's really interested in talking to you. So the main thing is that we got to talk to the masses to get to that funnel. That Mike really does a good job educating us on getting starting wide, but drilling down so we can get to the people that really want to do business with us. So to answer your question, Marvis, I do use my social media to draw people back to my email list. Mike, can you speak to that a little bit more?
Yeah, that's the fishing pond. Social media is the fishing pond. So, when you hear people say link in bio, they're putting links in the comments and in their post. You always want to be doing that. You always want to invite people. I noticed in the industry there's someone who goes by the Travel Queen. And if you ever looked at any of her posts, every post that she does, the first comment on her post are you on my email list? Take note and go look and you'll see. She knows. Always
Yep.
inviting people to get on the email
Okay.
list and off of social media.
That's
Also,
right.
I have a question too. How do we use WhatsApp? Because I've got people who are asking me to send them things on WhatsApp now. How would I do that from our system isn't really set up for that.
Yeah, it's not. And that's something that's very specific that won't apply to the masses here. That would be something that you'd want to go on YouTube, I would say, to look up. And I
Okay.
don't even know if that's necessarily your best thing. So you'd have to give that a little bit of thought about how you would use that, but it wouldn't be appropriate for us to go into the detail here.
Right,
Okay.
right. And think strategically about your target audience. I don't care about WhatsApp. Like I right now I'm nurturing relationships in Central America for different reasons, but it's not for my business because I'm not trying to have a bunch of foreign people that I don't know if they're scammers and all that for WhatsApp. So I deleted WhatsApp. I had one communication and I took her off of WhatsApp to put her in my system and I deleted the app because that's not a targeted place that I'm trying to recruit or do business in that way.
I've
Hmm.
got more Americans using it now. Instead of giving out their phone number and e-number, they're giving out their WhatsApps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are because Meta owns it, Facebook owns it, so they're pushing it.
Yep. A
Yeah,
lot of
it's a lot
people
more
use it.
Americans using it now.
Good.
Okay, thank you
Good.
guys.
Uh-huh.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome, Wani.
Thank you. I will also say be careful with WhatsApp because just because American is using it, it's always a hidden agenda. So just be very careful with WhatsApp. Like Director Carmen said,
I
I
agree.
deleted mine. So be very careful. Um, Also, my question is, I know IntelliTravel has a emailing system of if you have 50 people, they send out newsletters and stuff like that. And so I have homework to do as well. But I have over 900 emails, and I am so, I don't want to say over, but like Carmen, what you just showed us, I could definitely use this um, for my own personal business and for IntelliTravel and Planet because of the simple fact that it's so much in my, and like Michael was stating about when you sending out so many emails with Gmail, they did block me for a minute. So how would I be able to get all these emails from my Gmail assistant, from my Gmail account, and try to funnel those emails because I have a lot of emails and it's not structured properly at
You
all.
get you got to get an email system. Yeah, we are all using high level. It's more than an email system, but that's one of them. But you definitely have to put those in there and then warm them up over time, which is a whole nother process. But you need the right software for that.
Yep.
Okay.
Dree
Yeah,
just said the magic word help
she
desk.
did.
Help desk. Yes. I know she been on me too. So yeah, so she gonna get me. I already know she gonna get me. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything y'all see me doing is a result of help desk. Me jumping online, going to Mike, say, Mike, wait, what about this? How do I do that? It's all a result of help desk because I'm the kind of learner you can tell me over and over. I could go watch 1,000 YouTube videos, but until I touch it, play with it, figure it out, and stop being scared of the technology, that's the only thing that made a shift for my business. So it's really great to see the growth and the thing from the things that Mike been so patient because most of the stuff y'all see now, I promise you, he been telling me 5, 6 years. I'm
it's
just a
been
slow
years.
learner.
I just put a link in there for the help desk too. So like when y'all have very specific tech questions, even like that WhatsApp and how to do this, what software should I use for that? I'm available. I'm available 4 days a week for hours. I don't do consultation calls anymore. I do these groups and then I do help desk. So if anybody wants to try, the help desk subscription is there. It's inside. You can always message me if you like to, your specific question. But that's really the best way for me to be able to help a lot of people.
Thank you so much, Mike. All righty. And so now we got Michelle, then Countess.
Yes, I just wanted to just jump on and just quickly say that definitely this information is very vital because being hacked um, has really thrown my world for a loop. So I just want to encourage everyone to take these suggestions, take this advice, and you just don't realize how you rely so much on social media, but like Mike said, it's I don't really think it's our friend. They're not there for us. And just to
Mhm.
have everything pointing towards the social media site, it's not only affected my personal page, my business page, my other two private groups, like everything was connected to me and only me. And that has really caused a lot of problems. So I just want to encourage everyone, take this advice, take it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Sorry
Thank
that
you.
happened to you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that happened. Like when it happened to me the first two times, I didn't do anything. I was paralyzed because I built my whole everything on Facebook and I was spending days trying to figure it out. Then I had to go through the mourning because I had pictures of my father on there when he passed and I couldn't figure out how to get back and some things that I didn't share in my photos. It was just crazy. So that's why when Mike was telling me that I couldn't really, I just kept feeling like that's an expense I can't afford right now. And so I wasn't understanding the value and the impact that it have when we don't have our own system. Countess?
My question is, let's see, do you recommend us having our own website or just the email system?
It really depends on how you are operating your business. These days, a website is about discoverability. If you're not functionally like Carmen sells journal, she sells
Uh-huh.
access to her private group with 4040. So if you have things that you need people to do, a website is going to be important. You need a home base to operate from. So I'm going to say that, and that's the beauty of the system that I always build with people on that we're all using the high level system. It includes all that.
Uh-huh.
There's no need to decide. It includes the CRM, the email marketing, the website, the funnels, like all those things are all included in that one subscription. And that's really what I recommend people do. You can no longer just have
Okay.
one thing. Because as your business grow, you will need to add on more things. And that's just the way it is these
Hmm.
days.
Right.
Everything's
Because
connected.
I was thinking about using that, especially with the Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel, using that funnel system to see who's really serious and who's not,
Hmm. Hmm.
so that
Let me say this too, because since most of us are planet marketing, our first line of business, I'll say 90% of our work needs to be to get to goal builder.
right.
Like everybody on here, here's your homework. Tonight, I need you to have 50 people on your list. I don't care if it's in your 40/40 planner. I need you to have 50 people on your list. Dump those people in there so you can start sifting and sorting. Tomorrow's homework before we go into positioning is to discipline yourself and put those other 50 people on the list. So we can't even start talking about how do you treat your business like a business until you get to goal builder. Not for this business, because if you right now, if you're not a goal builder, all of the money basically is coming from you. But when you become a goal builder, you want your people to start booking travel. You want to book travel. That's why I love this
Right.
business. You could be making money on your journey, right? Give me an extra 5 minutes today. I want to make sure we get this point. Our number one priority for everybody that's in 40/40, that's paying Plan at $20.95. If you pay for that app that 1 month, and for everybody need to have the app, or we're not in the same business. Your first plan, I want you to get out of 40/40. I don't care if you have zero partners. My number one focus is to become a goal builder by July 1st. Okay. I'm going to have a list of 100. I'm going to work my list consistently 5 to 6 days a week, and I'm going to become a goal builder. Until you come to being a goal builder, you're not even on your director's rank report. You're not even on the rank report. So Mr. Bradley, he looks at his organization based on who's on the rank report. So get yourself to goal builder. Don't worry about directorship. Don't worry about anything else. Just get to goal builder, because then that's when you can say, "Let me invest in this. Let me invest in that." How do you get to goal builder? You have a list of 100 people, and you set up a system where I'm having quality conversations, 2 to 3 per day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's it. I'm a peak interest. I'm a show the plan, and I'm gonna get a third party validation or a mirror match. We have a goal mine. The thing that's messing us up is that we just lack the discipline to keep that going. But that's it. That's the bottom line. Nothing less, nothing more. Tina.
Okay, real quick. I know you guys talked about the high level system and what it does for you. Will it also save the photos that you have in your emails and things like that? Or gallery, can you make it do that, or will it, or it has the ability to do that as well?
Can you repeat? Did you say save folders?
Her gallery,
Photos,
like gallery of all the
photos,
photos.
photos.
Oh, there's
Hmm.
media storage in there. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Good
All right,
Yeah.
then
question.
I might be
Good
investing in
question.
that.
Good
Talk to me
question. Good.
first so that you can do it properly.
Okay, will do.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted
All
to
right.
say something with what you said, Carmen, about
Yes.
the Planet business. I like that you mentioned about become a goal builder first, and really the people who I see in the business who get to that point of realizing they need a different system is because they've done that work. They have multiple people that they're trying to coach. They have multiple people that they're communicating with, and they
Mhm.
realize like, oh, I need a way to do this, and that's where that system really comes in handy. So,
Mhm.
don't prematurely go buy a bunch of software that you may not be ready for it just yet.
That's right.
Inbox me if you feel you're at that point, and let's have a conversation. I'll ask you some questions when I'm doing positioning. When we start that on Thursday, I will be talking about these things, but you definitely want to make sure that you have the need. I always try to validate that people have the need before they make that investment because it's an investment, and you want to make sure that you can get a return on it, not that you're just paying for it for the sake of having it and thinking that it's going to be the key thing to growing your business. It's the key thing to managing your business and growing your business, but you need to have that need and make sure that you have the operational procedures to work with that software properly.
Yes, yes, yes. And anybody need to jump off, go ahead and jump off. But I want to just share this. Because you know why I know this? Because I've been in the business 9 years and I already know that if you were able to get to Goal Builder, I already know that you've had major turnover in your back office. I know that you have a minimum of 50 people right there that you can go back and say, hey, you were with me 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't clearly understand the comp plan. I didn't know the potential. Can we revisit this conversation? And don't be emotionally attached. Like, let them say yes. What's the book, y'all? Let them. Like, don't be caught up in other people's lack of understanding. That's what happened when you get your skills, your practice, your posture up. Because regardless if people ignore me, if they say no, I hate network marketing, it never shakes me because I understand. I started this business December 2016. It took me 3 years to become a one-star director. I continue to pay $60 a month. The company continued to pay me a minimum, an absolute minimum of $1,000 every single month. So I'm not out here telling people you can become rich. Why would I tell somebody that when I'm not rich? I don't talk to people about becoming a six-figure income earner in this business because I'm not a six-figure income earner yet. I talk to ordinary people to say, does this make sense for you to invest $200 in something that we can collapse time frames? It took me 3 years to become a one-star director. I have a formula. I can help you to do it in a year. Would you be open to paying $60 a month to keep your business active? And are you coachable? And do you have 10 or 15 hours a week to work on your business? That's the formula. That's the people I'm looking for. Only the people that can say yes to all of that. So that's what I want you guys to really take away from purpose. Be so rooted and grounded as to why you're doing this business, who you're doing it for, and how you want to work with your people. And then the rest of that will come later. So I don't think anybody should be investing in anything until you get to Gold Builder because that's when the lights go off. When you get to Gold Builder and you're no longer getting $50 per person, now you're getting $60. Every time somebody on your team brings somebody in, you're getting paid $25 to $35 extra. That money adds up and it really makes a difference in your business. So I want to thank you all so much. Any final questions or comments? Who want to close us out today? Somebody be bold enough. Somebody I ain't heard from, raise your hand. Close us out today so we can have a proper closing for day 9 because tomorrow we are finishing up with day 10. Please don't make me call on y'all. Who's been on here lurking in the background behind their cameras and haven't shared yet? Let me see your hand so I don't have to call on you. Come on, come on, come on. Who haven't I shared heard from? Let me check. Let me pick on somebody. Yeah. Norma, are you at work? Okay, if y'all at Norma, what can you share your takeaway? Give us a positive closing for today, for day 9, please, if you can speak. I can't hear you.
She's
Maybe.
unmuted, but no, I don't hear
Okay.
anything.
Okay, maybe Norma can't speak. How about Tracy? Tracy, I haven't met you. Whose team are you on? Are you at work? Are you able to speak? Tracy Williams? Going once, going twice. I guess Tracy may be at work too. Okay, today is Alan's first day on, and y'all know I'm not opposed to picking on people on their first day. Alan, are you able to speak to today's subject and give us a positive note to close on?
Oh, Tracy's
Okay,
unmuted as
absolutely.
well.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay, okay, Tracy, we're coming back to you because we want to hear from you too. Go ahead, Coach Allen.
Yep. Thank you for allowing me on this platform. It was amazing. Stood out to me as having a system. That
Mhm.
sounds amazing and fantastic. Definitely making a list. And what you just said about not telling people about things that you haven't been. You can't lead them to where you are. So if you can get to goal building, you can talk to them about their income at goal building. Don't talk to them about six figures or the millionaires and all this other stuff because if you're not there, you don't have your specific evidence. But then we can also mirror match to share the stories of others, and we hear them enough, and that's great. So if you have an attorney, or if you have a realtor, or if you have someone with their own magazine, if you have someone who does all the technical stuff. You know people that you can point them to use
Yeah,
that story to build your posture that way.
that's right. That's right, Coach Allen. Thank you for sharing that, Tracy. Let us hear from you, and then I'm gonna let you guys go, and we can see you all tomorrow. Go ahead, Tracy. How was
Hello.
today's session?
Today's session was awesome. Thank you. I am actually under my daughter, Darnell, who's under Angela. And actually, we don't have a direct director. Our director right now is Mr. Bradley. So
Okay.
until we get our first 1 star in our group, we are directly with Mr. Bradley. So I truly appreciate being on here. My why is, of course, to build a legacy. I have 10 grand blessings and
Okay.
yes, ma'am. And as someone who has watched the older generation not have that, and now as they're getting older, having to provide, I want to make sure that my future legacy is there for them, that my grand blessings have something in the background and have the skill set to
Mm-hmm.
improve and grow. So that's why I'm doing that. I love what you guys are doing. I am learning so much. I have
Yeah.
another business. So this is my second and third business. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to migrate both of them and how
Mm.
to grow both businesses.
Yeah.
So, and also not, taking the procedures to get to that goal builder. I work from home, so I'm not exposed a lot, and but I'm going to get my 50 people, and that's a strong target. But I'm going to do everything to make it happen.
Yes, I love it, Tracy. Please send me an email. I'd like to connect with you and learn a little bit more about your businesses. My email is Carmen at bewellnetwork.biz. I love to know how did you end up in this space and learn a little bit more about your journey. So thank you so much for being here. And you all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all tomorrow for day 10. All right, take care.